Good morning, everyone. How are y'all doing today? So today we're going to look at two different 22 rifles, and they are Marlin 795, which is like a Model 60, but with the detachable box magazine instead of a tubular magazine, and the Savage 64, I believe. I believe this is a TR model with a threaded barrel that you can screw in any kind of muzzle device that you want. And also comes with the detachable box magazine. I used to have a 1022, a Ruger 1022, but you know, kind of love it, very accurate, but spent too much money on it, and you know, I sold it for a good price. But you know, kind of need another 1022, so I got this when it was on sale, and so and I got this recently with the Remington 783 combo from Academy. Well, they just throw this in, this gun right here, the 795 for free, which is like a good deal, because with the rebate also, I'm getting both guns for $259 plus tax. So that's almost like paying $130 for both the 795 and the 783, which I got right there in that case right there. But we're gonna talk about that later. So we're gonna talk about, I guess, the pros and cons of these two rifles, and we're gonna start with the Savage. Okay. So the first impression about the Savage is that it has a good weight to it. It feels like it's well made, all metal in the right parts, and I believe the receiver is made with real steel, and magnet will, you know, get attracted to it. Okay, trigger is okay for for a 22. They're not great, but it's doable. The magazine, if you do it right, it will drop free. Let me see if I can do it with one hand. There we go. Okay, it looks pretty sturdy, and I actually have tried this or bring this to the range, and it performs pretty good. I don't see any jams or anything. So it's pretty reliable. But this is also the stock factory mag. Okay, and I got two more of these. I haven't done really any good accuracy testing, but more so just reliability testing. Okay, so so that's the pros. It looks pretty solid, pretty well made. It comes with the drilled, I guess, receiver for a scope base, which comes included, I believe, and I just put my own scope there. Okay. Also, the other pros is that the barrel looks like it's a little bit thicker, and also it has a muzzle attachment, a threaded barrel. So one day, if you want to fill out your form and get a suppressor, or you know, you can get a sound suppressor, and that is integral to the unit, to the rifle. Okay. Yeah, that's basically it. Weapon has been checked to make sure it's clear. Sorry. Obviously, it's hard to do it with one hand, but let's see if I can do it right. Okay, there we go. Now, what you see popping out is the drywall mount. I don't know what size this is, maybe size 4. But as long as you can find a yellow one, it'll fit nicely into a 22 chamber, so you don't really ruin your firing pin. Okay, and you can see some firing pin marks over there. I don't know if my camera can focus enough, but it's there. Okay, and obviously this is it's kind of beat up, but on some of these you can actually insert it to the magazine like a real dummy 22 rounds. Okay, like so. Okay, the cons. The cons is that it doesn't have any sights at all, any iron sights. Okay, so you can't switch it to scope rifle and then an open sight rifle. You know, you can put another base, and you can put I guess a red dot if you want. Okay, I don't feel the need for it right now. and it doesn't have a last shot bolt hold open feature like the 795. Okay, and it also does not have an aftermarket high capacity magazine. You know, for the 795 we saw that Pro Mag, you know, has one out right now, and before that there's another brand called, you know, Shooter's Ridge or something like that, which is not really reliable, though I haven't had any personal experience with it. Okay, so those are the cons. The cons is that trigger is not really that great. Okay, and it doesn't have any iron sights. Okay, so it is a dedicated scoped rifle only. Okay, the pros that, like I said, it feels well made. It's pretty sturdy. It is heavier than a 795. Heavier doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing here. Okay, but yeah. So let's move on to the 795. The 795, the pros, as you all know, and look at the website, Marlin's website, it is a very, very light rifle. It's very, very light. Okay, triggers also, I'm sorry, let's keep it with the pros. Okay, the pros, it comes with the, of course, open iron sights, and it has the micro groove barrel. Now, I have not shot this yet. I'm planning on taking it out today, actually. Okay, so that's the pros. The pros that the magazine, there's an aftermarket support for the magazine, which you can get a high capacity 25 round magazine. As you can see, I have another one right here, this dummy round. Okay, so yeah, it's very lightweight. According to a lot of videos online, it is pretty reliable. Okay, yeah, so you can take off the scope if you want and rely on your open sights. Okay, going back to the cons. It does not have a drilled scope base. Okay, it has a dovetail. So if you have a you know, if you don't have a dovetail scope adapter or scope base, then you have to buy another set of dovetail to Picatinny you know, rail mount or scope rail. Okay, there you go. So and it's kind of light, it feels like a toy. Okay, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you one more thing. This one has a magazine disconnect safety. This one doesn't. So this, you know, there's another pros for this right here. Okay, now with this, the magazine also did not, it will not drop free. You can have to kind of, you know, use two hands for it. And trigger also is not that great. Okay, and but other than that, I think it's a pretty good, you know, rifle for its price. And what you have here is just a, you know, cheap scope that I bought in for my air rifle. It's a 4 power, and I just want to see how it is, you know, with the 22. It is rated for 22. I don't know if you can see that. BSA 22 special. So we'll see if that will hold its 0. Okay, so just to be fair, so I'm gonna take these two rifles to the range, and after that I'm gonna decide to see if I want to sell one or keep one, or maybe even both if I like them both. You know, one I can give it, you know, pass it down to my my little girl. Okay, but yeah. So I'm really interested. I have a 3x9 power scope right here, but I'm just going to set it up to 4 times, you know, magnification. So it'll be as the same as this one. I can do a fair comparison. You know, it just, I guess, depends on the quality of the scope. And then after that, I'm going to try open sight to see if the, you know, if it's actually shooting better. Okay, and I'm going to try to shoot it with this little rest right here. Okay, now 22s are 22s, you know, it's not going to be really accurate out to 50 or 100 yards, but you know, with the scope at least I can rule out, you know, shooter's error, you know, or minimize, you know, human factor. Okay, it's not really a high dollar, you know, shooting rest, but you know, it's pretty good if you know what you're doing. Okay, at the range I can use some sandbags, and normally I would wedge some sandbags here in the front and the back, and one on the back side. Okay, and they'll, you know, normally work for my application. And this is my 17 caliber air rifle. I've had this for close to 15 years and it still works. It's a Crossman multi-pump, you know, cheapo lightweight plastic. I added that little loop right there. Okay, and I drilled a hole here so I can put a sling back in the day. Okay, and that is my K31 bayonet. That's for another video. Okay, I guess that's all for now. It's my 22. Oops, upside down. So I'm gonna go head out to the range. I don't know if I can bring the camera to the range or have a good solid setup for the camera. I actually don't have any tripod for the camera yet, so I'm gonna have to like add some pictures of the actual targets from these two rifles right here. Okay, I forgot to mention that this one actually has a last shot bolt hold open. As you can see, when I pulled out that little yellow dummy around there, the bolt is held open. And to release it, just pull down on this lever right here. Well, it's going to push, you know, when you're shooting it. You push in downward motion, and it will lock back, which is a really big con. Because why? You don't really want to use or drop down the firing pin a lot on an empty chamber. Okay, so if you're not counting your rounds, you do 10 rounds, and then, you know, the last shot, click, you know, you're gonna dry fire the rifle, which, you know, in the long run with the 22s is not recommended. Okay, but this one will prevent that because it will lock back on an empty magazine. Okay, so I don't know, I kind of like these two guns right here. This one feels sturdy and solid. This one is lightweight, but it has an open sight, and we'll just have to see if the accuracy is good enough for me. Okay, the ammo that I will be shooting would be probably just a couple of types of ammo, not gonna be a lot. Oops, that is my AR right there. Some at a time. So trying to decide to see which round I'm gonna pick. But stay tuned. I'm gonna take this setup to the range, and I will I guess do another review of the results after the range trip. Okay, all right, thank you.